Praise the Lord. Dear friends, brothers and sisters, I am doing this video to warn Hindus and Christians of Kozhikode of a hypocritical hegemony that would curb their freedoms in the future. It is done by the LDF and UDF together. They have selected, like last time, two Muslim candidates, and both of them are from the Muslim League. The same Muslim League that created Pakistan, the same Muslim League that has an intention to form a Shariat state, the same Muslim League that works only for the welfare, Khairiyat, of the Muslim community. We are blindfolded by our leftist and Gandhian ideologies, and we just go and vote for LDF or UDF without looking at who are we actually voting for. If it were just Muslim candidates under a CPIM logo or a Congress symbol, we don't have any reasons to worry. But unfortunately, we are not going to vote for Congress, Gandhiji's Congress, or Marxist CPIM, even if we vote for LDF or UDF. Our votes would go instead to the Muslim League. The Muslim League has two factions: the leftist Muslim League, which they call as Indian National League, and the rightist Muslim League, which they call the Indian Union Muslim League. Both have the same agenda, same purpose, same ideology. This is how they have infiltrated LDF and UDF so that they can decide, this particular community can decide who would be the ruler of the city of Kozhikode. Certainly, it would be a Muslim, because regardless of who wins, whether it is LDF or UDF, since both are fielding candidates of Muslim League, the Muslim League Muslim candidate would emerge victorious. This is a trap that the Shariat people have set for us, for Hindus and Christians. We are not aware of it at this present moment because we are still the 60% of the population of Calicut, of Kozhikode. The day our population decreases further, as the trend is, we would feel in every area of our life the hegemony of Muslim League's Shariat and Khairiyat agenda. I did not realize it, I did not recognize it last time. I just saw two candidates being fielded by LDF and UDF. Both are Muslims. And I thought, yeah, LDF candidate might win or UDF candidate might win. What's the big deal? That's what happens generally in Kerala. I thought that it would be a Marxian or a Gandhian person who would win. But I didn't know. When I did the research, and that I did recently, I realized that both these candidates have nothing to do with Marx or Gandhi. The ideology itself is rooted in Jinnah's Muslim League. Jinnah's ideology was a separate state for Muslim people and special welfare for Muslim people. Right now, with the 40% Muslim population, these two Muslim leagues may not be able to create a Shariat state or a Shariat ruled city, and the difference you would know when it happens. But certainly, they are able to convince the LDF and UDF to field their candidates only, and not even in the symbol or logo of CPIM or Congress. In the logo of, or under the logo of Muslim League and Muslim League. Indian National Muslim League and Indian Union Muslim League. The only difference is between the M and the N. So both have the same agenda. It is like we have in Christian churches, Assemblies of God, IPC, Church of God. All these have the same constitution and their purpose is the same. They're all Pentecostal churches. The only difference is the leadership. Is the same difference. Without knowing it, like sheep that are led to slaughterhouse, we are being taken by our LDF and UDF leaders, who may be Hindus or Christians, into the slaughterhouse where we would go and elect a candidate who does not represent us, Hindus or Christians, whose party does not represent Hinduism, Christianity, Gandhian ideology or Marxian ideology at all, but represents the ideology of Pakistan, Jinnah Sahib. The ideology of a separate state for Muslims, Muslim supremacy, or special welfare for the Muslims. The first one I term as Shariat, and the second one I call Khairiyat, either for the welfare, Khairiyat of Muslims only, or for the rule of Muslims only, which we call Shariat. These two parties are playing communal politics in broad daylight, but there is nobody to question it because they are doing it seemingly through right channels. A Hindu voter or a Christian voter or a Jain or Sikh voter has nothing to do with the agenda or ideology of the Muslim League. They have nothing to gain or lose from Muslim League. It doesn't affect them. Why should they vote for Muslim League? But Congress and communists, by not fielding their candidates, UDF and LDF have created this scenario where we are forced to vote for an ideology that we do not accept, that we do not believe, that we reject and we consider as enemy. That is the ideology of a Muslim state. Therefore, my dear friends, let's not get fooled this time by our leaders who may be Hindus or Christians, who may be from Congress party or Communist party, who would lead us to the polling booth and tell us to vote for Muslim League candidates. The Congress guy would tell us to vote for Indian Union Muslim League, and the Communist guy would tell us to vote for the Indian National Muslim League. Both are Muslim League, and their symbols are also Muslim League symbols. And like sheep led into the slaughterhouse, we would be voting ourselves into a trap, carefully laid by the Muslim people, who represent only 40% of our city and just 25% of our state, and only 10 to 15% of our country. Think about how much power they would gain when one of these Muslim candidates of Muslim League, who is now certain to win, would win. Think about how much power they gained in the past 5 years. None of these people helped to turn to help any of us, Hindus and Christians. We were surprised. Our areas were neglected, but we didn't realize that this party exists only for the welfare of Muslim people. They say ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മതമാണ് in broad daylight, and they have no consequences. We work only for our religion and for our own religion and people of our religion. That is what they proclaim. There are no consequences. There is nobody to challenge. If a Hindu would say that, there would be consequences, as we are already seeing in our state. It is the Muslim League who is doing communal politics, not Hindu people. That is the truth. It is a Muslim League that is doing communal politics, not Christian people. If we go and vote for the only Hindu candidate who comes from BJP, NDA, they would say that you are doing communal politics. My dear friend, we are not doing communal politics. Think about just 15% of our country, just 25% of our state, and just 40% of our particular district, fielding the two main candidates and winning and ruling over us, and then making us abide by their Shariat law. If we do not, and we have sufficient power in other areas, then they would work only for the Khairiyat and the welfare of Muslim community, and not even turn up to help us in our times of need. Therefore, dare to be wise. In this time, do not allow your Congress and Communist, Hindu or Christian leader to fool you to go and vote for Muslim League, with whose agenda you and I have nothing to do. You are not a Muslim. I am not a Muslim. We don't need to seek a Shariat or a Khairiyat. We don't need Muslim welfare or Muslim Shariat. Why should we vote? Why should we who believe maybe in Gandhi's or Marx's or Modi ji's ideology be forced to vote because the two candidates fielded by those two main parties come from Muslim League, be forced to vote for them? So think wisely. Muslim League has never fielded a single Hindu or Christian candidate. Never won a single Hindu or Christian candidate. Why should you waste your vote on them? Therefore, vote only for T. Ranish, and Navya Haridas of the Bharatiya Janata Party and stand with the nation building vision, the vision to develop Bharat and make it a developed Bharat by 2047 of Narendra Damodar Das Atmanirbhar Modi ji. God bless you. Have a blessed Easter.